Gonna be doing a temperature sending unit on this truck. This is a 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500. And what it's been doing is, I was driving it, and here lately I've noticed the temperature wouldn't get all the way up to about 210 where it's supposed to run. It was running about 180 or 90. And then all of a sudden I'm driving one day and I hadn't long looked at it, but all of a sudden I hear my fans running wide open and the temperature gauge is bottomed out. It didn't throw a check engine or anything, but I run my scanner on it and it just said, I'll put the code up here, but it basically the coolant temperature not getting up to the thermostat range. And I don't know if it's because of this. I'm thinking it's because that bottomed out is the sending unit not sending, the signal. And also so it's either that or thermostat or both, but the sending unit, we're gonna put it in there, and if it's reading correctly, then we know it's not the thermostat because it's running the right temperature. So we're going, plus this is $38, although it used to be probably 15 or 20 a few years ago before Corona, but this is a lot cheaper than the thermostat housing too, so hopefully we won't need that. But let's get this installed. So to change this sensor, it's on the inside of the housing here. You'll see you got to take these off of each side and just you press the clip in and pop them off, and then you got to take a screwdriver and loosen the clamps to pull this box off. So there's your, sorry you can't see that, my light is right there, is the sensor right there. So we got to take the clip off and then thread it out and thread the new one in. So that's the Napa part number for anybody. And I ain't had good experience with the thread seal they put on here. Usually I clean it off, put some blue stuff on it, but we're gonna try it like that. It's got a crushed sleeve, so if it leaks again, I guess we'll just be pulling it back out. So we got it off. It's gonna be a 19 millimeter. We got the deep well. Let me go get it. 19, and we're gonna throw an extension on here and pull that off. We're gonna lose some coolant obviously because of it's lower than the hose and all that. But we'll get it threaded in there. And a great idea, if it ain't completely cold, or even if it's cold, is pull the cap just to make sure there's no pressure. Look at that one, that's kind of nasty looking. I guess it's just old, it's 9, if it'll focus here. It's 9 years old, so. Well, she's in there. As soon as we pull that one out, we stuck the other one in. So we only lost just a hair, just a slight bit of coolant. Just snug it down by hand because it's brass, it won't get too tight. And then clip that back on. About to install the air box back on. All right, we're gonna fire it up and go for a little spin just to see what the temperature gets up to. Because somehow the temp started working again. It was still reading lower than it's supposed to, but it started working again after it quit working. So that's why I'm guessing it was just the sensor here. So we're gonna take it for a spin, see if it gets up to temp like it should, then we know it's not the thermostat. So if it's still reading too low, then obviously it may be thermostat, but hopefully not. So anyway, we're gonna close this up and run it and check it out. It's running 210 now, but I rode it around for a while to get it warmed up. And it was only right above, not the little tip mark, but that first big tip mark above 160. It stayed there in between that next little one the whole time. And that's where it's been running since I've owned the truck, and I've only owned it for a couple months. I mean, a couple weeks. But, so I assume maybe somebody had put a, 190 thermostat or something in it. But now, all of a sudden, I cut it off a few minutes and went inside, come back out and crank it up, drive home, and it's up about 210, so, or slightly under. So I don't know. I'm thinking it may be the thermostat, but we'll, I'm gonna clear that code. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't throwing a check engine light, it was just showing the code when I scanned it. I'm gonna clear that code out, ride it for, a week or so, hook it back up. Obviously keep an eye on my thermostat gauge, see what it does, and I'm gonna hook it back up in about a week or so and just see if it shows another code about the coolant temperature. But and go from there. But it's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably, see, it's dropping down now, and it's been riding, it's about right there the whole time, or slightly under that. So we're gonna see. I think it's just sticking, but we'll see what we're gonna do. Probably gonna put a thermostat in it, but that's gonna be it for now. If I do a thermostat, I'll do a video on that too. Yeah, see it drop down just a hair more. That's where it's been riding till just a second ago, so I don't know. We'll see what it does. Well, that's gonna be it for now.